And I don't know what it feels like to be black running for president. I just know what it feels like to be black sitting behind this microphone. And even sitting behind this microphone, I got people telling me, why are you talking about Chinese things? They don't care about us. Why do you care about them? And I said, because they're people? I don't know, but because here's the secret. I'm actually not a racist. Newsflash. I know, I've been called that. But I actually like humanity. I would love for us to kind of, if we can see everybody as ourselves, even if they don't treat us that way. We get these calls about, well, why do you care about the Mexicans in cages? They don't care about us because they're people. And as long as we can separate ourselves from people who are being mistreated, it leaves the door open. Even if you're not a human being, even if you don't have any humanity, it leaves the door open for it to happen to us. So just self-preservation should make you like care about people who are being mistreated all over the globe. But just being a person, you should be like, I don't think that's right. And if it's wrong, then we should call a thing and not be in this whole, well, we're black, they're not, they don't care about us. And I did say this yesterday as it relates to, people marching in the streets. And then I got checked. Actually, there are Asian groups out there marching right along in Ferguson and other places throughout the country about racial injustice. And maybe it's not Andrew Yang, maybe it's not the Yang Gang, but there are people. But even if there weren't, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't support people who are being oppressed, even if they don't look like us. I don't know. It's the way I was raised. 866-801-8255. But it's interesting that we seem to have these divisions even among ourselves and then expect people to treat us with dignity. I don't know how you suss that out in your own spirit. You expect to be treated with equality and dignity and equity and all, but you don't have enough to be able to extend it to the next person. So yeah, I'm going to talk about Hong Kong because they were promised 50 years of freedom. Yes, they are a province of China. But just like America was a province of Great Britain, they shook off the yoke of oppression. I'm being facetious, a little tongue-in-cheek, because it's a complicated story, that Revolutionary War. But if we're using these as parallels, Haiti, Hispaniola, the Haitian enslaved people were owned. They were property. How dare they expect freedom? How dare they fight for their freedom? How dare they do that? They were owned. They should have known their place and just stay there and do. No, that's not how that works. Just because China has Hong Kong doesn't mean that they will always have Hong Kong. And maybe Hong Kong gets its freedom. And this is something, if we're Americans, and we're truly Americans, and I struggle with saying that out loud because there's so many of you who don't see yourselves as Americans. I actually do. And we've talked a lot about expatriatism and leaving the country. We've talked about Naomi Osaka giving up her citizenship. And I'm not, of course, she can do that. Her mother's Japanese. She can, of course, do that. But I brought that up to open a larger question about people's connection. And if you aren't connected to this country and you live here, then leave. I do feel that. Now, I'm an American. So therefore, we have certain inalienable rights, even if it wasn't always so. Because I've always seen myself as a whole human being, not 3/5. So everything that's written in that Constitution, I'm demanding that it's upheld. And I'm demanding that through voting. I'm demanding that through supporting people who are also doing the right thing. I'm demanding that by doing my civic duties. I'm demanding that those words that those founding fathers wrote, even if they were slave-owning, horrible human beings, they wrote it in this Constitution. Damn it. And we can make it so. So I say all of that to say, yeah, I support Hong Kong too. Yes. Now they're doing different things. They're putting on LeBron masks. I saw a recent protest. They put on LeBron masks now because the Chinese have that facial recognition. They're like, hey, recognize this face. It's LeBron. Check that out. They're doing some clever stuff over there with tech. I'm not mad at them. Today, actually, the leader of the Hong Kong, her name is Carrie Lam. She had to abandon a speech in the legislature because, again, they have a fully functioning democracy right now. Amid this dictatorship that they happen to be owned by. So Carrie Lam, she had to leave a speech because people came in with hammers to attack protesters who were organized. So yeah, it's drama. There's blood in the streets over there, and it could easily happen here if we're not careful.